Okay folks, welcome back to The Long Dark. We are on Timberwolf Mountain as part of our little kind of modified quest series. This one we're heading up to the top of Timberwolf Mountain, and we are exactly where we left off at the end of the last video. We are in the mountaineering hut. It is nice and warm in here, so we've got a bit of time. We've got 4 hours of daylight left. There's quite a lot of loot in here, so I think the first thing I'm going to do, having made our epic trip to the Mountaineers hut, is I'm just going to go through what's in here. And we're going to go through and see what we need to take with us to get further up the mountain. So, we have firewood. That's rather important. So, we're going to take that. Pick all that up.
Very much more.
Plus tin plug, plus matches. Nothing up that corner. Anything in here? Don't think we need those. Okay, another flare. Pork and bean. Sewing kit. Probably no use to us, so we'll leave the sewing kit there, I think. Accelerant, yes. Cured leather, no. Storm lantern, no. We'll leave it. Journal page. Well, you can kind of read it there. Arrived at the base of Timberwolf Mountain. Looks like there's some nice cracks, just like Clive said. Going to set up a top rope and do some bouldering until the others show up, hopefully soon. Wondering if my friends got lost and still haven't arrived. Woke up in the night to deafening noise and fire on the mountain. Went to check it out. The weather got nasty, couldn't find my way. Clear day, went out again. Found some metal cargo crates. Looked like they might come from a plane. There's still smoke coming from the summit. Heading out to see if I can make it to the peak and learn more about what's going on. And there's a little bit of a map on the back of this. Obviously showing what that particular climber was up to. We also have a mountaineering rope and a rifle cleaning kit. Now, I've come to the conclusion I have a route planned out which doesn't involve me having to use ropes. Obviously, they'll make life a bit easier with coming back down again, but I haven't actually decided whether to do that or whether to end the series when we get to the summit. We'll find out.
I'll take it.
So, we'll take the antiseptic. And then I'm going to dump anything I don't need in the hatch there. So let's have a quick look in this drawer. Oh, we'll have that. Okay, so we are encumbered. We are getting tired, but we won't worry too much about that. We're going to sleep before we go anywhere else. So let's have a quick look in this hatch. We're 3 kilos over our actual normal carrying weight, but because we're tired, it's dropped to 18 kilos. So we'll be okay once we get going. We've got plenty of tinder sticks, things like that. Matches, I think we will transfer one of those boxes. We don't need to be carrying all those. We haven't got any of that kind of thing. Food and water, we have plenty of. Water we can easily make more when we get up on the mountain. Clothing is all sorted. Let's get rid of one of these antiseptics. We don't need quite so many, and I may well just ditch we'll say 4 of the painkillers. That'll just reduce a little bit of weight. And the rosehip tea will hang on to, actually. Oh, I need to lose another couple of kilos. I mean, I know I can ditch the pry bar. Let's ditch the pry bar. That's a kilo. I'm not sure whether we might need that for if we find any cargo crates or anything like that. We may need the pry bar. That's my only concern about leaving it behind. I'm a little iffy about leaving it behind for that reason. Obviously, we're carrying a fair bit of firewood, but we really do need that. So it's really just a case of trying to work out what we need absolutely to take with us. And I think we're pretty much loaded out. We're only a kilo over our normal carrying weight, or 1.8 kilos, so we should be okay. So I think we are sorted. Ready to head up the mountain, but obviously now's not the best time to do it. There's only 3 hours of daylight left, and we are absolutely exhausted. So let's sleep. I probably need to. Well, let's just sleep for a few hours, so that should be okay with our food and water. And then we'll just eat, drink, and see if we can get through the rest of the night. And then we shall make our attack on Timberwolf Mountain. I was so determined in the last video to get up to top of to get to the Mountaineer's hut. We kind of overrun slightly, so I'm hoping with this one we can.
All I can think about is food.
Well, that's handy. I'm hoping this time we can. I still want to try and get to the summit reasonably quickly, but I don't want to race as such. I just want to try and get there before the update comes out, because I still don't know when that's going to come out. So I'm working on the assumption that it will probably come out a couple of weeks into June, and it's the 2nd of June today, so I'm gonna guess it's gonna be mid-June, or possibly towards the end of June. It's not really gonna let me sleep for very much longer, is it? Let's pass time for 3 hours, or until we get hungry, whichever comes first. That'll do. And then we need to, what's the temperature like?
I would eat anything right now.
Well, that's handy, because that's what we're going to be doing. Let's eat these pork and beans. And we'll drink. Very first fire we make up on the mountain, I think we're going to need to put some water in. I am actually, I'd say I've got plenty of food. I haven't really, but hopefully we should make it through. Now it's a bit of a whiteout. Well, it's a lot of a whiteout actually. So that's not gonna go too well. So let's just sleep for a few hours and see if we clear this whiteout. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So hopefully that's cleared up. Plus that's got our levels all the way up to the top. Oh, it's clearing, but it hasn't really cleared. Actually, strangely, the temperature stays alright even with the door open. Let's just pass time for a couple of hours. I just want to try and get out of this really horrible weather and see if we can improve things slightly. Yeah, that didn't work, did it? It's cleared a bit more. Hopefully we should be able to see where we're going. Now, it gets a little bit tricky knowing which way to go, because I'm not very familiar with this. I'm going to be honest, I had a look at a map. I did have a look at a map. So I've kind of got a vague idea of where I want to go. It's just whether I end up there or not. And it's vaguely this way. We're kind of heading off. See, we're on the edge of the lake here. But we kind of want to go off. If my memory serves me correctly, from glancing at the map, we kind of want to go off. Oh, it looks very different to be honest, to how it looks on the map. I think we kind of want to go this way. So we're kind of skirting around the edge of the lake, and we're kind of heading off in this direction. I think this is the way we want to go. This is tense now, because I've never had any success on Timberwolf Mountain, so okay, we're in pretty good condition. It feels above freezing, so that's always a bonus. I'm fairly sure it's kind of this way we want to go, and I think it leads us to a ridge that we can kind of go around, and there's pathways that we can use which take us up with ropes that are already there, and then we use a cave that we can cut through to get from one side of the mountain to the other. So yeah, I am going to be honest, I have used a map. I have had a look at a map. What have we got down here? Let's just go and have a quick look. There's a wing. There's wings and parts here, and I think we want to go past all of this and head off down that way. Yes, there's a plane wing sticking out the ground here. Wing and bits of aeroplane. I think we want to go. I think it's over there that we want to go, where that wolf is. Lots of fallen branches and sticks around here. We've got a cargo container over here. Let's go and have a look and see if we can look in these cargo containers. We've got a dead deer. And we're being attacked by a wolf. Please go for the deer. Please go for the deer. Please go for the deer. Not going for the deer. Okay. Okay, Wolfie, let's go toe to toe. Tough wolf. There we go. Tough wolf. I thought that was never going to go away then. Okay, so we have dead dude who's carrying a hacksaw. There's lots and lots of hacksaws on Timberwolf Mountain. No, we don't want those. Okay, crates. Anything in this? Oh, it's locked. Do you know what? I was worried about that. I should have kept the pry bar because I can't open it. Oh, it actually requires a hacksaw. Oh, okay, fair enough. Well, here's a hacksaw. That's handy. Well, there was me thinking it needed a pry bar. Food, lots of food, food, lots of food. Excellent, we found a food stash. It's all tins of food, though. It's all rather heavy. Can we get in this one? Anything in here? More food. Oh, drink. Lots of drink. Okay, well, this is all going to be very heavy, though. That's the only slight problem. What's that done to our carry weight? Eek. Okay. Well, in theory, that should keep us going for a bit. So I'm half tempted to drop the hacksaw. How heavy is the hacksaw? Let's drop the hacksaw. There we go. That'll get us going. Right, okay, so I think I've lost my carnal mistake there. I've lost my bearings. There we go. I think it's annoyingly it's right where all the wolves are is where I think I need to go. Can I? Oh, I've been clocked by the wolf again. Okay, I'm going to see if I can go around this way. See if I can get round this big outcrop of rock the other side. This isn't a very safe place to be. I'm kind of hoping I can... No, this isn't really going to work the way I wanted, is it? I'm not going to be able to walk around this. I'll just pop up the other side. Oh, can I? Well, we might be alright, actually. This might lead around. In which case, this is where we want to be. I'll probably... Oh, I can sprint. Let's do a little bit of sprinting just to speed things up a little bit. I don't know if this...
My stomach is eating.
So I'm way overweight. I think I need to be over the other side of this this ridge up here. Going by the map, which I have had a look at, I will own up. I've had a look at one of the community maps of Timberwolf Mountain, because I never have very much luck on Timberwolf Mountain. Okay, so this literally does just lead round to here. Yeah, I think this is the way to go, is to follow this ridge. And hopefully we won't be wrong. Let's just keep following this this cliff face. I have had a look at one of the maps of Timberwolf Mountain. One of the rather good community-made maps. I have to say, there are some very, very good community maps out there. I have had a look, and I have tried to trace a route up Timberwolf Mountain. So I'm really hoping that I can make it up Timberwolf Mountain without getting lost. But it's pretty much a guarantee I'm going to get lost. There are these gnarly trees around, which do seem to conveniently point the way. Okay, I don't remember seeing this on the map. Let's make our way across here. Obviously we're getting higher up, which is what we kind of want. Okay, so we're on a ridge. This flare's now burnt out. Let's do that. Again though, I've never had very much success on Timberwolf Mountain, so this is a bit hairy scary. Although I have noticed there's a lot of these trees, the gnarly direction trees as I call them, knocking around the place up here, which to be honest I'm following. So I'm kind of hoping they will lead me where I need to go. They usually do. And this does sort of meet with what I saw on the map. It doesn't quite 100% meet with it, so I think I'm in the right place. I hope I'm in the right place anyway. Or at least, if I'm not where I thought I was, I am going a way that will actually work. At some point in the not too distant future, there should be a rope climb somewhere that we need to go up, and that will take us up. Well, here's a cave, and there was a cave on the map. I don't believe this is an exterior, this is a proper interior explorable cave, but it's a cave that we can go into. Obviously provides a bit of shelter and some firewood. So this is good. It feels like 11 degrees in here. We've got 7 hours of daylight left. I'm actually tempted just to pop the bedroll down for a minute and just sleep for an hour. Simply because my fatigue level's quite low. So I'm also going to eat. Oh, a lot of that food's not actually in great condition. Okay. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to eat and drink my way out of a weight issue here by getting my calorie store all the way up to the top, which obviously will use up a lot of this food. But it'll give me a good calorie store to get myself going. So we'll just hide in this cave as a little stop point. Get our calorie store up. And obviously then that will eat and drink our way out of a weight problem. It's a couple of kilos of food that we've just gone through there, so that's not bad at all. And there we are. Okay, so right, let's just sleep for, I'm going to say 2 hours. Which should hopefully just bring our fatigue level back to something slightly more friendly. Okay, and then we'll pick up our bedroll and try and head back out again. In very good condition, but obviously things are much cooler outside now. We've got plenty of firewood though, so we can easily make a fire that will last through the night to keep us warm, and then restock firewood the following morning. We've got 4 hours of daylight left, so there's plenty of little nooks and crannies that we should be able to camp in without risk of animal attack, so hopefully we'll be alright. I still haven't made a snow shelter since they were introduced into the Long Dark, you know. Another gnarly tree, and there's a rope climb, so that does fit in with what I was planning on. We are following the gnarly trees, and we are heading towards a rope climb, which fits with what I knew. The only slight problem is the next bit. It's a little fiddly, and I have to try and remember it. I'm not looking at the map right now, by the way. I've had a look at a map, but I'm not looking at the map right now, so I am kind of going on memory. And obviously when you've looked at the map like that and it doesn't marry up perfectly with what you see in the world, so... Plus you've got to remember it. It's really quite fiddly. Okay, so do we have enough level to get up this rope climb? I think we do. Obviously we're overweight. I'm a little bit more confident about pushing it on rope climbs, because when I had that problem before with that other rope climb where I ran out of energy halfway up it, I didn't fall off like I assumed I was going to. I just couldn't climb up anymore and just had to slide back down again. So I'm assuming that's how it's going to work, that if that happens all you do is just slide back down the rope and drop off again. So I'm a bit more confident with tackling the ropes now. And here we are, we've come up another level. So we're now higher up the mountain. In reasonably good condition. Now, there's a couple of different ways I believe we can now go. I'm looking for gnarly trees. That's a gnarly tree. I'm thinking let's go around this side because that's where the gnarly tree is. I know what I'm aiming for. I'm aiming to try and find, there's a ridge that's called either Solitary Ridge or Isolated Ridge or something along those kind of lines. Lots of gnarly trees pointing in this direction. And I'm trying to find that ridge basically because that ridge has a cave. And that cave links across the map to a cave on the other side. And from that cave you can make a direct ascent onto the summit. And you don't need to go up any rope climbs. I actually think it could be the only way up the mountain when you are going up for the first time. When obviously there's rope climbs that don't have ropes. Because there's a selection of rope climbs that have ropes and a selection that don't have ropes. So I ditched the hacksaw, didn't I? Never mind. Well, we've got enough food. We don't have to worry about food. Okay. So, we've gone around this way. Now, I think I'm looking for gnarly trees. There's a gnarly tree there. So I'm going to follow the gnarly tree. Look for the gnarly trees. They're very distinctive, these trees. You can tell them apart. They are almost like arrows. This is a gnarly tree. Okay, so I'm going to keep going around this way. That's kind of where we just came from, isn't it? I'm going to keep coming around this way. And then I'm hoping that we should find a ridge around on the left-hand side somewhere. Which leads into a cave, and I'm hoping I can reach that before we run out of daylight. If I can, it means I've almost summited it in a day. Temperature wise we're doing okay. There's a few less nooks and crannies to duck into around here. Slightly worrying. I also know we're in bear territory. Okay, there's another gnarly tree. That uprooted tree there is a gnarly tree. So for me that is a direction arrow that's pointing where we need to go. It's very nice of Hinterland to put these little subtle hints into the scenery that if you're clever enough to have spotted them can be really, really helpful. But if you're just not quite aware of their existence, you can very easily not realise that they are actually pointing you somewhere. Or not, because maybe they put them in to confuse us. Who knows? But they always do seem to be pointing in the direction we need to be going in. Now there's a little path going around there, and that to me would suggest the ridge. But I've got a gnarly tree that's pointing this way, so... There's a bear! There's a bear over there. There's a bear. There's a bear, there's a bear. There's a gnarly tree and there's a bear. Can I get round? I think that's where I need to be going, round to the left, away from the bear. So we should be okay. He's far enough away. Obviously we can't camp around here. I wouldn't recommend that. There's a gnarly tree. Because there's a couple of different ways you can go here. But up behind the bear... Up behind the bear right now there's a wolf. Up behind the bear I think there is a rope climb, but there's no rope on it. Okay. Well, the gnarly tree is pointing... There's a gnarly tree there and there's a gnarly tree there. I'm hoping that we're nearing the cave. I really am hoping we're nearing the cave that I'm expecting to be around here somewhere. Please be a cave. I want to see a cave. I need a cave. No, no, not a wolf. No, I didn't ask for a wolf. I didn't order a wolf. Where is the wolf? I can't even see the wolf. Where is it? Okay. I think I've got slightly disorientated, which does not help the situation at all. See, that gnarly tree is pointing back the way we've just come. But I think it's this way that we need to be going. Temperature -4. We're okay. We're doing alright. Okay, well, we found a rope climb. I don't remember there being a rope climb on the map. But I might be wrong. But it has got a rope on it, so... It's obviously one that we can make use of. So I am kind of hoping... I'm mildly concerned that I may have gone wrong here. But I'm also concerned that there's a bear and a wolf behind me, so... the problem is I don't think I've got the energy to make it up this rope, but let's give it a try. Now again, the bar is behind my picture, so you can't see it, but I can assure you it is going down. It is at about 2/3. It's going very quickly. It's at halfway now. Oh, we're going very slowly. We're going very slowly. Oh, I don't think we're quite going to make this. This is going to be tight, this one. Please don't fall off. Please don't fall off. Come on, you can do this. We're right at the top now. You can do it. Come on, we're there. We're there, we're there, we're there, we're there, we're there. We're there, we're there, we're there, we're there, we're there. Thank you. Phew. Okay, rope climbs take it out of you. They really do. Because that's just knocked our fatigue level all the way. This is secluded shelf. It's secluded shelf. This is what I was looking for. And there is a cave right in front of me. I have, by luck rather than judgment, found my way into the right place. Excellent. This is where we wanted to be. This is where I wanted to be. Secluded shelf. And here is a cave. And this cave links to another cave, which is on another ridge on the other side of the mountain. And that then allows us a direct ascent to the top. So let's get inside this cave. In theory, we should be nice and safe in here. And we can get our fatigue level sorted out, get our food level sorted out. It's pitch black, but that's fine because I do have a storm lantern, which is fully fueled. There we go. Spot on. So we should be able to pass through here, which should then come out on the other side of the mountain. It's pretty cold in here as well. Well, we can probably bung about on a fire, actually. We'll pick up some of this coal. Might make a really long fire whilst I'm in here. Or I might make a short fire. Fake coal. Fool's coal. I might make a short fire whilst I'm in here, but keep the coal for when I get to the summit, so I can make a much more powerful fire whilst I'm up there rather exposed. Ooh. Oh, the long dart loves to confuse you. Multiple ways to go. Okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do then. I am going to put my lantern out before we run out of fuel. And we are going to call it a day for this video. We are going to camp out overnight in this here cave, and then in the morning we're going to make our way to the summit of Timberwolf Mountain. And I am going to say thank you very much for watching. We are very close to achieving our goal of getting to the top of Timberwolf Mountain for the very first time. It's gone rather too easily. so far, so I'm slightly worried. All hell might break loose in the next video, but we shall see. But I am going to say for now, thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you again for more Long Dark very, very soon.